You have the ability to transform your state of mind, your state of being, from an ignorant state to a knowledgeable state, from a state of confusion to a state of knowing. Your ability is determined by your willpower and how powerful your will is. And how do you develop stronger willpower? Through discipline, dedication, practice, application. You gotta do the work. Your work is specific to you. You have your work to do and others have their work to do. Don't let them distract you. You do your work, not the work of others. That's on them to do. If they need help, you can give them assistance, but don't do their work for them. It's not your work to do, it's theirs. It's their responsibility. They're accountable for their work. Whether they complete it or not, that's on them. Ignorance is a choice. So is knowledge. Inability to transform is the result of accepting ignorance and rejecting knowledge, or accepting mundane knowledge and rejecting higher knowledge. Right knowledge corrects wrong behavior. So to be ignorant is to ignore correction and keep repeating the same poor behavior. If a person chooses to do so, let them do so. It's their choice, not yours. Don't impose, don't project. Don't impose your views on them. Don't project your feelings on them. If they don't view as you view or feel as you feel, don't force them to. And don't get upset because they refuse to. That just means you're not for them and they're not for you. This pertains to anybody. Even so-called family, friends, loved ones. It pertains to all of them. No one is exempt. Ask yourself this. Are any of them worth you preventing your own ascension? Are they worth you stagnating your self-evolution? You have to realize that you outgrow people, places, and things. They're all temporary. So is this life. It's a temporary experience. Learn from it, but don't get too attached. That's how you get stuck here, and why most of you keep coming back here. You want to make it last forever. The soul is forever, not the flesh. Learn to let it go. Holding on to it keeps the cycle going. So when you stop holding on, it'll stop going. That's what transforming is about. Your ability to shed, your ability to molt, your ability to become something new. And that's all letting go is shedding layers. Same as spiders do. It's an old shell of themselves and they become something new. They shed layers of skin. And all you see is a old exoskeleton of what they used to be, or old outline of what they used to be. A hollow image. That's a transformer. A snake shedding his skin. And you see the long outline, the silhouette of the mold of what used to be. But then you see the renewed being, the revitalized being. That's what transforming is about. That's why in so many cultures, or certain ancient cultures, you see spiders, serpents as symbols. And that's what they symbolize: transformation, wisdom, the ability to transform. See, a lot of these things have been demonized or made out to be something wicked to scare you away from it. That's just a tool to reinforce your attachment to the illusion, your attachment to the spell, the programmed illusion. Most people are spell struck and don't even know it. They're unaware of it. Their day-to-day activities, their day-to-day interactions, the way they interact with people, the way they interact with themselves, the way they treat themselves, the way they treat others, which is a reflection of how you treat yourself or how you feel about yourself. The way you treat others is a reflection of that. The environment that people keep, or the atmosphere that people keep themselves in, the surroundings that people are in, the way they keep their homes. A chaotic home, that's a reflection of the chaos inside of a person. The clutter, the outer clutter, that's a reflection of the inner clutter. But see, as you start to organize, recalibrate yourself on the inside, it reflects on the outside. Your environment changes. Your atmosphere changes. The company you keep changes. The way you treat yourself changes. The respect you have for yourself increases. Which respect is just the ability to see the source or to see the light. Respect. To see the source. See the light. That's all. Which some people say namaste. Same thing. To see the light. It's amazing how a lot of these things mean the same things, but people think they mean something different. It's just a lot of people trying to say the same things or trying to do the same things. They're just doing it different ways or expressing it different ways. There's a lot of similarities in a lot of cultures. They do a lot of things similar. But see, oftentimes people get lost in their specific way of viewing things, not realizing that other cultures or other people view things differently. What means something to you may not mean as much to someone else. What's important to you may not be important to someone else. Which brings me back to not imposing on people, not projecting on people. Because if you're doing what you need to do, if you're doing your work, it'll reflect. It'll radiate. It'll be a beacon of light for others. You don't have to force anything on anyone. Take that energy, put it into yourself. Apply it to doing your work. Don't get distracted, intentionally or unintentionally, with others in their work. It's on them to do. It's not your work. Focus on your work. Put your energy, put your focus, dedicate to your work.